Some love stories are messy, full of tension, and impossible to forget. Jamie and Laoghaire's connection was one of those, but was it truly romance or something darker? Let's unravel the truth behind Jamie's romance with Laoghaire. Jamie Fraser's life was never simple. Between the Scottish Highlands War and love that refused to stay simple, his heart faced trials few could imagine. Laoghaire, a fiery young woman from Jamie's past, entered his life at a moment when everything seemed settled, yet nothing was predictable. She was beautiful, confident, and utterly determined to capture his attention. But Jamie's heart had already found its true home. From the moment they met, it was clear that Laoghaire saw Jamie as more than just a friend. Her glances lingered, her words carried weight, and her actions often blurred the line between admiration and obsession. But Jamie, the loyal, principled man, could not easily return these feelings. He respected Laoghaire and at times even felt sympathy for her. But his heart and his promises belonged elsewhere in these early interactions. Tension simmered beneath polite conversation and quiet gestures. Laoghaire's presence was like a shadow over Jamie's life, not threatening, but persistent. She would appear at moments when he least expected it, her intentions clear, even if her heart was hidden behind a mask of charm. For Jamie, these encounters were confusing, challenging his patience and sense of duty. The setting of the Highlands added another layer of drama. The rugged landscape mirrored the emotional turbulence between them. Every glance across a crowded room, every accidental touch seemed magnified by the world around them. The wind in the hills, the fog rolling over the glens, it all became a silent witness to a complicated, unbalanced relationship. As viewers, understanding this context is crucial. Laoghaire was not simply another character. She was a force that tested Jamie's heart, loyalty, and patience. She introduced tension and drama that would ripple through his life, shaping decisions and influencing relationships in ways that neither she nor Jamie could have predicted. Even in these early days, it was clear this was not a story of simple love. It was a story of desire, conflict, and emotional complexity. Every interaction carried weight, and every choice mattered. By knowing the backdrop of their relationship, we can begin to see why Jamie's romance with Laoghaire became one of the most talked about and misunderstood moments in his life. Imagine a love that doesn't wait for permission. A desire so intense it borders on possession. That was Laoghaire's approach to Jamie from the very beginning. She didn't just want his attention, she wanted his heart, and she wouldn't settle for anything less. Her fascination with him was relentless, like a flame that refused to die. No matter how hard Jamie tried to stay distant, every gesture, every word from Laoghaire carried meaning. She lingered in his presence, found ways to cross paths with him, and crafted moments that made it nearly impossible for Jamie to ignore her. Letters left on doorsteps, unexpected visits, carefully timed conversations, revealed her determination. But what made it so striking wasn't just the persistence. It was the intensity behind it. Her emotions were raw, sometimes desperate, sometimes fiery, and always impossible to overlook. Laoghaire's obsession was not just about love, it was about control. She wanted Jamie to notice her, to be drawn in, to respond the way she imagined he should. And when he didn't, the tension only grew. She could be charming, warm, and playful, but beneath that veneer was a storm of jealousy and longing. Every glance Jamie gave to another, every kind word he shared with someone else, was like a spark to her inner fire. Visually, this obsession can be represented in faceless storytelling through symbolic props. A hand trembling over a letter, candle flickering in a dark room, a silhouette pausing at a doorway, watching. The Highlands themselves reflect her emotional intensity, the wild winds, the rolling mist, the rugged cliffs mirroring the storm that Laoghaire carried inside her. For Jamie, this was a delicate balancing act. He couldn't ignore her, but he also couldn't betray his own heart. Laoghaire's obsession pushed him into moments of discomfort, testing his patience and his sense of duty. Every encounter left him navigating a complex mix of respect, empathy, and caution. And for the audience, This tension creates one of the most compelling and uneasy dynamics in the story, and obsession that fascinates, frustrates, and keeps us watching, wondering how it will unfold next. Asterisk, not every heart responds in the way we expect. For Jamie, Laoghaire was a puzzled, beautiful, persistent, and unpredictable, but one that he could never truly solve with his own feelings. He felt a mixture of sympathy, duty, and mild frustration whenever she appeared. Because he could see the longing in her eyes, yet he knew his heart belonged elsewhere. Each interaction became a test of his resolve, a careful dance between kindness and distance. Jamie's mind was never quiet around Laoghaire. He replayed every encounter, weighing what was appropriate against what was genuine. He recognized her affection, yet he could not reciprocate in the way she hoped. This internal struggle wasn't just emotional, it was moral. Jamie prided himself on loyalty and honor, and he could not let fleeting temptation cloud his sense of duty to those he truly loved. Every gesture, from Laoghaire's smile, every word, every uninvited visit, made him pause and measure his responses carefully, aware that a wrong step could spark misunderstanding or heartbreak. Visually, a faceless portrayal can capture Jamie's inner conflict in subtle ways. A trembling hand over a quill, hesitating to write a response. A shadowed figure walking alone through misty hills. A silhouette pausing at a window, watching Laoghaire from afar, feeling the pull of her presence but holding back. Even the landscape can mirror his emotions, the rugged cliffs reflecting his steadfastness, the fog hiding his doubts, the roaring winds echoing the chaos of his thoughts. The tension in these moments is quiet but palpable. Jamie is caught between compassion and caution, between respect for Laoghaire and loyalty to his heart. The audience senses his struggle, feeling the weight of decisions he must make. In many ways, Jamie's conflicted emotions are the heartbeat of this storyline, moments where restraint, honor, and unspoken empathy clash with desire, attention, and human vulnerability. By exploring this internal battle, we begin to understand the complexity of Jamie's romance with Laoghaire. It wasn't about passion or love in the traditional sense. It was about navigating the storm of someone else's obsession while protecting his own heart. A challenge that tested his character and shaped the choices he would make moving forward. Asterisk, sometimes a story doesn't end with words, it ends with consequences. For Jamie and Laoghaire, that moment came not in confession, but in action. There was a point when patience ran thin, when Laoghaire's obsession collided with Jamie's loyalty. And the result was unavoidable tension that changed the course of their connection forever. It was not a grand declaration of love, nor a dramatic confrontation shouted across a room. Instead, it was quiet, sharp, and unavoidable, a decision made in silence, in small gestures, in choices that left hearts unspoken but broken. Jamie's turning point was the moment he realized that no amount of kindness could guide Laoghaire's relentless pursuit into something healthy. His restraint, once a shield, now became a barrier, firm, unwavering, and necessary. For Laoghaire, it was a shock, a harsh awakening to the limits of her influence. The imbalance of desire and reality came crashing down, leaving both characters to face their truths. Jamie's heart was loyal elsewhere, and Laoghaire's obsession, however intense, could never reshape that reality. Faceless storytelling makes this emotionally powerful without showing faces. Picture Jamie walking alone through misty highland paths, his silhouette framed against the setting sun. Letters lie unopened, doors close softly behind him. A candle flickers on an empty table, symbolizing hope fading, while shadows stretch across the walls like unspoken words. Laoghaire's presence lingers only in echoes. A discarded scarf, a footprint in the wet grass, a whisper of wind. The drama is felt through space, objects, and emotion rather than dialogue. The aftermath of their entanglement left a lasting mark on Jamie. Laoghaire's obsession may have stirred tension, but it also reinforced his loyalty and sense of purpose. He emerged from the ordeal wiser, more attuned to the boundaries of the heart, and more aware that love is not only about desire, but about respect and timing. Laoghaire's influence remained, subtle yet undeniable, shaping the paths of both their lives in ways neither could ignore. For the audience, this conclusion leaves a haunting reflection. Sometimes romance is not love, and sometimes obsession is not passion. Jamie's story with Laoghaire reminds us that hearts are complicated. Choices carry weight, and the echoes of intense connections linger long after the moment passes. It's a tale of desire, restrained, emotions tested, and the quiet strength it takes to honor what is truly yours. Some connections leave traces that time cannot erase. Jamie and Laoghaire's entanglement was one of those of force that shaped more than just fleeting moments. Even after the immediate tension settled, the echoes of their encounters lingered, shaping emotions, choices, and even future relationships. Jamie walked forward, steadfast and loyal, but every glance over a misty hill, every shadow that crossed his path reminded him of what had been tested and what had been resisted. Laoghaire, too, carried the imprint of their story. Her desire had collided with reality, leaving lessons of longing, rejection, and the limits of control. She remained a part of Jamie's world, not through closeness, but as a memory that whispered warnings and stirred reflection. It was a silent tension, one that spoke louder than words, proving that the heart remembers what the mind tries to forget. In a faceless video, this can be shown through symbolic imagery: empty highland paths, letters left folded and unopened, a single candle flickering in a dark room, or footprints slowly fading into the mist. Every object, every movement can echo the emotional weight of the story without showing a single face. Even a distant figure standing on a cliff looking out over the glens can speak volumes about reflection, restraint, and the enduring power of unspoken feelings. Jamie's experience with Laoghaire wasn't just a chapter of conflict, it was a lesson in empathy, loyalty, and the complexities of human connection. For viewers, it's a reminder that relationships aren't always defined by mutual desire or passion. Sometimes they're defined by boundaries, decisions, and the quiet strength it takes to honor the heart that truly belongs elsewhere. By the end, the story of Jamie and Laoghaire leaves us with a powerful reflection. Desire may spark the heart, but only understanding, restraint, and truth shape the path ahead. It's a subtle, haunting drama that lingers, like the mist in the Highlands, reminding us that not every romance is simple, and not every story has a neat resolution, but every story leaves its mark. Asterisk, some stories don't end, they echo. Jamie's time with Laoghaire is one of those echoes, a quiet ripple in the vast Highland landscape of his life. It wasn't a romance marked by passion or harmony, but by tension, unspoken desire, and lessons that shaped him. Even years later, the memory of her persistence lingers not as anger, nor as regret, but as a reminder of the fragile balance between heart and duty. For Jamie, the experience reinforced who he was at his core: loyal, steadfast, and guided by a moral compass that couldn't be swayed by fleeting infatuation. Every choice he made, every moment he restrained himself, built the man viewers admire, a man who loves fully, but also wisely. Laoghaire, in turn, remained a figure of intensity and longing, a mirror reflecting what desire can stir, but also what it cannot conquer. Faceless storytelling captures this beautifully. Picture the Highlands at dawn, mist rolling over the hills. A lone figure walking along a ridge, the wind carrying whispers of past encounters. Letters are folded and stacked, candles burn low, and shadows stretch across empty rooms. These visuals speak volumes, showing that even absence can carry weight, and unspoken emotions can leave the deepest impressions. As viewers, we're left with questions that linger like the fog over the glens. Was it truly romance? Was it obsession? Or was it simply a collision of two hearts at the wrong time? Jamie and Laoghaire's story challenges us to think about the nature of love, the price of loyalty, and the fine line between admiration and obsession. Ultimately, the story closes not with resolution, but with reflection. It's a tale of restraint, of choices made quietly, and of the emotional currents that shape us even when we don't notice. For those watching, it's a reminder. Some connections are fleeting, some are intense, and some leave marks that last a lifetime. Jamie's journey with Laoghaire is one such mark, a story of complexity, emotion, and the haunting beauty of hearts tested. Asterisk, some stories stay with us long after the last scene fades. Jamie and Laoghaire's connection wasn't a fairy tale. It was messy, tense, and unforgettable. It reminds us that not every romance fits neatly into the heart's expectations, and not every desire leads to love. Their story is a study in restraint, in loyalty, and in the quiet courage it takes to honor what is truly yours. Faceless storytelling brings this to life with symbolism. Empty highland paths stretching into the horizon. Letters left unopened on a wooden table. Flickering candlelight casting long shadows across a quiet room. Every detail tells a story without words, letting viewers feel the tension, longing, and resolution of hearts tested by circumstance as the screen fades to misty hills. Viewers are left with one question: was it love, obsession, or something in between? It's a question without a simple answer. It's designed to make the audience reflect on human emotion, choices, and consequences. Final text overlay for engagement. What do you think? Did Jamie ever truly care for Laoghaire, or was it something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. With this, the video closes, leaving an emotional impression, encouraging discussion, and turning a complex story into a lasting experience for your audience.